Today, I'm going to talk about some market trends that we have been seeing lately here in Southwest Florida. Even though we're solidly in a buyer's market right now, we're starting to see multiple offers pop up again, especially once the homes are priced right. We're also noticing more buyers are trying to go directly to the listing agent, expecting a discount that may not actually exist.
Just existing.
And finally, we're starting to see some appraisals coming in light, something that feels a lot like 2021, but in reverse. So let's talk about what all this means, whether you're a buyer or a seller in today's Southwest Florida market. We are without question in a buyer's market. Our inventory is up. Buyers have a lot more choices, resale and new construction, and there is room to negotiate. But what's really interesting is we've had 3 or 4 properties in the last month where multiple offers have come in once the home hit the right price. Once they find that sweet spot where something's priced accurately, looks amazing, and checks the right boxes, buyers are jumping.
Jump, jump, jump.
We're seeing the same homes that sat for weeks suddenly go under contract in just a few days once that price correction happens. Sellers might handle these multiple offers different. Some are going to ask for best and final. Others will just quietly negotiate the best offers. But here's what we want you to keep in mind. Not every buyer wants to compete, and we know that.
We know.
Some buyers don't love the pressure, and they might choose to just walk away if they fear they're being forced into a bidding war. But here's what we want to remind our clients. Even if you find yourself in a multi-offer situation, you are always in control.
Everything's under control.
So we're going to advise you to offer what feels right to you. The price, the terms, everything that allows you to sleep good at night knowing that you put your best foot forward in trying to obtain that property. And if you end up not getting the home, you can feel good knowing that you stayed aligned with your goals and not your stress, and it's likely not meant to be. For sellers, it's about balance. Definitely celebrate multiple offers, but you need to understand buyer psychology too. We're in a market that is buyer leaning, and the best homes that are creating these seller moments, it could scare some buyers away. The second thing we're seeing more of is buyers reaching directly to the listing agent, sometimes with no representation, and sometimes wanting to use the listing agent as their representative. That is allowed in Florida, but there is a misconception about what this might mean. Some of these buyers are assuming that by going direct, they are automatically going to save 2.5% to 3% because there's no buyer agent involved. But that's not necessarily how it really works. In Florida, most agents operate as transaction brokers, meaning that we can help both sides in a limited way. But here's what's certain. Most agents are not going to do that second side for free. There's paperwork, there's liability, and there's time involved in managing that second side of the transaction. So there might be a small adjustment that's been negotiated. Everything is negotiable, maybe 1%, maybe 1.5%, but it's rarely going to be a full 3% swing. So you have to really think about that in dollar terms. Is it worth going it alone?
Just that alone, it's worth anything.
For that small savings. Having your own agent means you've got someone who's advocating for you, negotiating, guiding, and protecting your best interests. So you can definitely go direct, and we've helped many buyers do that, and it has turned into a win-win. But make sure you fully understand what you're giving up and what, if anything, that you're truly gaining. The third thing we're starting to see, and this is newer, we're seeing appraisals coming in lower than the contracted sales price. So it's actually not much different from what we were seeing when the market was rising fast during COVID. Back then, appraisals could not keep up with our rapidly increasing prices. So homes weren't appraising high enough, and we started to see a lot of appraisal waivers to strengthen offers and to get them accepted. Now our market has shifted, and we're correcting in many areas. And now appraisals are catching up, but on the way down. We've had a couple recent situations where the appraisals came in light, and every party involved, myself included, looked at the comps and didn't exactly agree with how the report was calculated. But here's the truth, an appraisal is one person's opinion at one moment in time, and they are really difficult to challenge, even if everyone in the party doesn't think that it's accurate. And when financing is involved, then the appraised number definitely matters. So if an appraisal comes in below contract price, there's a few things that can happen. The buyer and seller might agree to move forward as is with the contracted price. They can renegotiate and land somewhere in the middle, or the buyer can walk away if there's a financing contingency. Now with a cash offer, rules are different. The buyer might choose to get an appraisal for peace of mind and include an appraisal contingency. And if they don't do that, then they really would have nothing to stand on. So just make sure you talk with your agent when you're putting forth your terms of your offer. These situations are starting to become more common, and it's just another example of how dynamic our market still is. Between multiple offers on well-priced homes, buyers trying to go direct, appraisals coming in low, we are definitely in a transitional phase here in Southwest Florida. It is still a buyer's market, but we are seeing a little more complexity and more strategy required on both sides. That's where having a trusted team in your corner really matters. Whether you're buying, selling, or just trying to figure out your next move, our goal is to help you make decisions that you feel good about, the kind that let you sleep at night and also live joy here in Southwest Florida. If you found this video helpful, please hit like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might be navigating this market too. We'll see you next time. Until then, live joy.